News broke about a week ago that a Crip affiliate told Vegas PD that Big Dre, he shot Tupac, not Orlando. He said that Big Dre, he was about 400 pounds, so Orlando, he couldn't get a clear shot if he leaned over Big Dre.
Well, Big Dre was he was straight gangster too. I mean, I wasn't there. He actually could have been the shooter, but in my opinion, my expert opinion, growing up with these guys investigating hundreds of murders and hundreds of gang shootings, he's the one that got beat down. He's the one that has to get his respect back. You know what I mean? So Baby Lane, he was tall and lanky. He had long arms, man. I mean, it wouldn't be hard for him just to reach over, even though Dre was a big guy or whatever. So, I mean, in my opinion, it was Orlando Anderson. There's no doubt because he's the one that got beat down. So, I mean, that's the way I look at it. But I wasn't there, and Big Dre he's a shooter, man. He was a stone cold gangster, so he could have done it.
So Big Dre was a shooter then. Because I know when I interviewed Keefe D, he made it seem like Big Dre was a good dude. He was a D1 basketball player. He couldn't do no wrong.
Absolutely. I mean, I saw these guys all grow up in Compton. Not only Big Dre, but Orlando Anderson. Them two were really good friends. Used to see them together all the time. So then you had Bubble Up, and then you had Keefe D. I watched them since they were little kids growing up in Compton. I watched them become gangsters. Big Dre, at the time of this Tupac murder, I was investigating him on a murder, and he supposedly shot somebody in the head he was with Orlando Anderson. They were at a party and they had a dispute out front. Orlando Anderson actually hit this guy over the head with a gun. I think his clip fell out. So they were about ready to get him, and Big Dre stepped in and popped this guy right in the head. You know what I'm saying? So we arrested him for it, but he ended up getting off. He ended up beating the case because all our witnesses were gangsters, man. So we went to court and it didn't work out, and he ended up getting off. But that's what I'm trying to tell everybody, man. These guys were no poo butts. They were gangsters, man. They shot and killed people. And when you disrespect, you beat them down, they're not going to go, oh, okay, I'll just let it slide. It's not their mentality, man, So that's the type of people you're dealing with. They're straight gangster.
Wow. So they was committing them type of crimes. God damn, man.
Absolutely. Orlando Anderson, when he was a young kid, him and another couple of his friends, my partner Tim and Tim Brennan, were coming out of a little fast food restaurant just adjacent to the Southside Crip territory. They were hiding in the bushes and they actually ambushed us, shot at our car. And so this is the type of guys that they were. So I watched them grow up. I investigated Orlando Anderson on 2 murders. Okay. And then a year and a half after Tupac's murder, he died in a triple shootout because somebody owed him some dope money. So you're going to try to tell me that Orlando Anderson is not going to go after these guys after getting beat down? Just, see, it's like Gangs 101 to me, but people don't know. So I grew up, man. I spent a lot of years in Compton investigating hundreds of murders and 1,000 shootings and dealing with these guys all the time. So, I know what they were like.
So even though you believe Orlando, he shot Tupac, right? You knowing Big Dre, you don't believe Keefe D's story when he say that, Big Dre, he got nervous. So, Orlando, he took the gun and shot Pac. You don't believe that.
No, not one bit. These guys, they're not going to hesitate. That's what I'm trying to say, man. They grew up in the streets of Compton. That's a rough place at the time, man. These guys were straight gangster. He's not going to go, oh no, I don't want to. I'm not going to shoot him. He wouldn't do that. So that's bullshit. No, in other words, it's bullshit.